How does legal precedent create inconsistent rulings? Imagine a courtroom where each judge interprets the law based on their understanding and experiences. Now, consider how the principle of legal precedent shapes these interpretations. Legal precedent, also known as stare decisis, is the practice of courts following previous judicial decisions when ruling on similar cases. This doctrine aims to promote consistency and stability within the legal system. However, despite its intentions, it can sometimes lead to differing outcomes across jurisdictions or even within the same jurisdiction over time. One key reason for this inconsistency is that courts often interpret the same precedent differently. Judicial interpretation can vary based on the specific facts of a case, the judge's perspective, or the legal arguments presented. For instance, a Supreme Court decision on a constitutional issue might be broad, leaving room for lower courts to interpret its application differently. As a result, two courts might reach contrasting conclusions on similar cases because they emphasize different aspects of the precedent or interpret the language differently. Another factor contributing to inconsistency is the evolution of legal standards. Over time, societal values and understandings change, prompting courts to reinterpret or modify how precedents are applied. For example, a precedent established decades ago might have been based on societal norms that are now outdated. Courts may choose to follow, distinguish, or even overturn such precedents, leading to different rulings depending on the jurisdiction or the judge's perspective. Furthermore, the hierarchy of courts influences how precedents are applied. Higher courts set binding decisions that lower courts must follow, but they may also issue rulings that clarify or limit the scope of existing precedents. When different jurisdictions interpret or apply these rulings differently, inconsistencies emerge. Variations in legal culture, local statutes, or regional priorities can also cause courts to diverge in their application of precedent. In addition, the existence of conflicting precedents within the same jurisdiction can create confusion. When appellate courts issue rulings that contradict earlier decisions, lower courts face challenges in determining which precedent to follow. This can result in different rulings in similar cases, especially if the conflicting precedents are not explicitly resolved or if courts choose to follow the most recent or persuasive decision. Overall, while legal precedent serves as a foundation for consistency, its application is inherently complex. Variations in interpretation, societal evolution, jurisdictional differences, and conflicting rulings all contribute to the potential for inconsistent outcomes. This dynamic aspect of legal precedent underscores the importance of ongoing judicial dialogue and the careful balancing of stability with adaptability in the legal system.